All right, coming up next, a matchup for the UFC Heavyweight Division title. Well, for a long time, he's been mentioned with the baddest men on the planet. For a long time, though, the title fight eluded him. Not anymore. Here he is, the #1 heavyweight contender, finally making this walk and cracking a smile. He's waited a long time for this. He's not expecting a 25-minute war. He believes he has the power and the skills to get this thing done quickly. I guess we'll find out. Well, a lot of people think it's the most significant title in combat sports. No argument from me. Baddest man on the planet, UFC heavyweight champion. There he is in the flesh. What an absolute monster. What a title reign it has been. But a serious challenge in front of him here tonight. When this man became the heavyweight champion, a lot of people thought that this challenger was the one who would wrest the belt away. Now the fight is here. We'll see if we get a new champion or if this man continues one of the greatest heavyweight legacies the Octagon has ever seen. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. 4 years apart, with big differences in height and reach. Now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the Octagon, Yves Lavigne. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Kanagawa, Japan, presenting the challenger, Magic Man. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a grappler, holding a professional record of 29 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of the Republic of Dagestan, Russia, ladies and gentlemen, presenting a reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov!
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your corner. You ready? You ready?
All right, right, so here we go, round one of this highly anticipated tilt between the strong striker and the decorated grappler. Any chance that these guys mix it up, or you're just expecting them to stick to what got them to the fence?
I'm expecting a pretty straightforward approach from both of these fighters. The striker will try to lead with his punches and his kicks, and the grappler will try to time a takedown, time a clinch position so he can start to work towards a lot of those great judo throws that he possesses. Once on the ground, he is in his realm and will start to chase submissions.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Oh, nice connection with that punch. It's one thing to have an edge and reach. It's another to take advantage. Nicely done.
Nice punch lands.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Well, he told us on Thursday you don't get paid to fight 15 minutes. To that end, early takedown is there.
His ideal fight is a climb as ugly as he can make it. It's better for him. And with this early takedown, he ensures that he can start to wear the gasket for a long time.
All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. Beautiful body kick.
Big roundhouse now, just misses. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie.
When you're in a clinch, you can pull down on the head and land these beautiful punches in the head. Can't take many of those, you better check.
Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block. Looked like it did stun him a little bit.
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh! He is all about that left kick to the body. 26 total strikes have now landed for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Oh! The jab followed by the right hand. Oh! Now goes in and secures the takedown. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Gets up again here, but hurting.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Oh, that's a nice strike there by Nurmagomedov.
You're always thinking wrestling when you fight Khabib, but you better be very wary of his stand-up. He's developing this skill every single day. Oh, he hurt a belly jab.
Under 2 minutes to go in the round.
Lands a switch knee. There's no give on that leg kick.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure.
Oh, and the ankle pick to get him down. We'll see if he can capitalize.
Got the ankle pick. Let's see how he advances from this position.
Gets right back up.
I mean, what an ankle pick. If he would have drove into his opponent, maybe he would have secured the top position. Big kick.
Under a minute now to go in the round.
That was a thudding leg kick. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
45 seconds remain in the round. And here he is back in familiar territory in the clinch. And those knees aren't just for effect, those are doing real damage. That's a perfect scramble right there. Beautiful transition.
Big liver kick lands under the elbow.
Oh, that kick is good by Nurmagomedov. Oh, single collar tie here. Oh, really exploiting his reach advantage as he landed the jab there, DC. Final seconds here in round one. All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be. And if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
All right, so the takedown's the big storyline in that previous round. Let's look back at some of the highlights, DC, and got to be pretty discouraging to get grounded that many times in one round.
Oh, it's so discouraging because all you want to do is let your offense go, but every time you're getting dragged to the floor constantly. You're starting to get fatigued. He's starting to wear on you. Let's see what type of effect it takes on his offensive approach as the next round starts.
All right, we'll see how it goes here in this round. He had a big effort there in round one. Really had the wrestling on full display.
John, if he was looking to come out here, secure a takedown, to feel good about the way things were going, he gets an A on his report card. Because takedown after takedown was secured, top position was secured, and as you watch that clock start to go up for top control, him and his team are ecstatic. Because they know when they're on top, when they're secured takedowns, they're winning.
And he comes through with a big knee. Oh! Just missed with the left there. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oh, the kickboxing chops on full display with that offering. Nicely done.
Beautiful kick landed,
right? Double leg. My goodness, he has a free double leg.
Making all these shots count. Nice job to land the kick to the body there by Nurmagomedov. Got the single collar tie.
Great punch landed with so much power. Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie, and they separate. Nice kick there by Nurmagomedov. All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but this is not a combo meal, right? No three-piece, no soda. It's one and done more often than not.
John, don't you come to me without a combo. I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than one strike. You have now found the setup punch. The jab is landing consistently. Find something that's going to go behind it. Big punch from the clinch. Big body kick land.
Oh, outstanding placement as he lands the knee to the body. Again, the taller fighter making noise with a knee strike there. Well, the right hand has been there at times, not that time. Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Nurmagomedov gets hit with a kick here. That one landed flush. Let's see if he can make some adjustments.
Ooh, man. Every time these guys come together, man, you just hear the punches and everything landing. Fantastic timing for that move to take out.
Tags him with the left. Oh, nice job using his strength there to posture up. We'll see what he can do now.
He's going to start looking to land big shots from the top.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. And he landed the right hand there. Oh, that right hand is on point.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Oh, so the taller fighter lands a flush knee. And they separate. Oh, and yet another knee finds the target. So a huge moment here. Now we'll see if he can follow it up. His head's still attached to his body.
The last time I saw an uppercut like that, it was Overeem versus Ngannou. And you know they still haven't found Alistair Overeem's head.
Pretty good job by him there to raise the guard and block the strike, keeping those hands up to protect that cut in and around the eye.
He has to keep his hands up. This is not by choice. This is mandatory. It is mandatory that he covers his face. It is mandatory that the body damage is not as important. Take him down, cut him. Take him down, cut him. Over and over, he's securing these takedowns.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off this back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here. Wow.
Oh! Ooh, diving punch lands.
Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. What a fight so far! All right, that's the end of 5 minutes. That's the end of the round. You see the cut on his lip, and that thing is only getting worse. Pretty nasty gash at this point in time. You know he's gonna need some sutures after the fact. The focus right now, though, keeping his head in the game. Don't think about the cut. You gotta think about getting your offense going and shoring up that defense to prevent that cut from getting any worse. All right, so there's the end of the round. A lot of high-level action, and if you like the takedown game, as my boy Daniel Cormier does, you enjoyed that round.
It's like we're watching the NCAA wrestling tournament. It's takedown after takedown. He's fighting his fight. He's able to change levels, drive into his opponent, and secure takedown after takedown.
All right, next round is underway. You know these are two of the more conditioned fighters on the roster, so cardio is not going to be an issue here. And for some fighters, you know, you can have one of those adrenaline dumps or the cardio abandons you on fight night. Not the case for these two guys. Both look very fresh as we start this next round.
Oh, big punch lands. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here, and both guys really throwing with authority. Connects with a right hand, pretty good punch that one.
Nice right punch by this young man.
Going to the body there with the right kick. He missed with that jab attempt there. Oh, really good job by him there to raise the guard, DC, and block those shots coming his way.
He does a great job of blocking all incoming strikes.
Right hand on point. Well, you don't want to say Khabib has fallen in love with his striking, but he certainly is boxing more than...
Nice injury, directly into the finish. Nice hit.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Bob. Spinning back fist is there. All right, so again, we find ourselves here in the clinch where there are obviously no shortage of subtleties and nuances. A lot of motions in here that maybe are lost on the casuals.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be the underhook. For all the things that happen in this position, the person winning and controlling the underhook battle is the one out ahead.
Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Oh, buckled him there. Beautiful shot to the body.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Big shots being landed on both sides here.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Try to establish that jab. Oh, lands another punch there. Not a mean guy. He's just doing the smart thing.
Oh, he has to be attacking that cut, John. I mean, if he's not, then he's doing his opponent a favor. Attack that cut. Make him pay for it. Look at those weapons. Look at how he uses his knees to the body.
Nurmagomedov shot is blocked. How about that shin? Man, the body work really starting to take its toll here. Obvious redness on that right side. longer reach, and he certainly showed it there in landing that straight punch. He's going after the head.
Caught that kick there.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands.
Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now. Oh, big left. Man!
Good punch.
Nurmagomedov goes to the takedown here and gets it late in the round. Waiting seconds here of round number 3. Our bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Take a seat. Breathe. Relax. Slow that heart rate down. It's okay. We expected this type of fight. We trained for this. We're bloody.
Well, what a round it was, and how about that flying Superman punch at the end of the round? Not a lot of fighters will try it. He did. He executed.
And it worked, right? No discouragement from his opponent to make him not try it. Why not try it? It's working, so why not try it again? If his opponent isn't careful, he will get knocked out and be on a highlight reel for the rest of the time.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. Oh, beautiful jab by him there. Got that to the target quickly.
He's dictating the fight with a jab.
Misses with the left hook.
Nice head kick.
They continue to exchange. Oh, just out of range with that punch attempt. Big knee there to the chest. Oh, straight right. Oh, that's a beautiful kick right there. I don't know if you've ever been kicked by a mule. Probably feels something like that.
It has to. This guy is landing this kick with so much force.
Nurmagomedov's kick to the body here. That one appeared to be blocked.
Really limit the mobility of the opponent with those leg kicks.
Goes back to that left kick once again.
What a wrestler. That was an amazing takedown.
Both fighters back to their feet now. Now he's got the Muay Thai plus. And they separate. Kick to the body by Nurmagomedov.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
Big head kick.
Well, you start to really worry about the wrestling, and there's that left hand from Khabib.
Underrated. I mean, it's a very underrated part of his game, his ability to stand and strike with anybody in the UFC.
Nurmagomedov's kick to the body, that one blocked.
It's very tricky when he throws that body kick. Big punch lands through the middle.
Sound defensively here as he stays upright. Double leg takedown, no good. Look at the torso on the right side. Major bruising, and it's only getting worse. Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. Oh, that's a good right hand. Oh, combination lands, and it seemed like almost every strike found the target.
So accurate when he decides to attack. It is a sight to behold. Beautiful strike.
2 minutes remain in the round.
big leg kick lands.
Nurmagomedov gets caught by that straight punch. You gotta do better than that defensively. Just a slip there.
What a body kick.
Oh, and he lands a punch there. Good connection by him on that.
Great connect, so fast, so accurate. And watch the ability to land from anywhere.
Well, from a striking standpoint, he has put it all together tonight. He has landed a ton of significant strikes, and pretty easy fight, I would think, for the judges.
It's a pretty easy fight to score. Tonight was a night where every...
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Final minute of this championship fight.
If your opponent has you in the clinch, pulling down on your head, landing punch after punch, you have got to clear that collar tie, reach back inside, and try to find space.
Ooh, and he caught the kick.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Now for position here.
Both of these gentlemen are putting it on the line. What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
20 seconds left.
Look at that leg. Look at that leg. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
Blocks the shot. Oh, man, how is he standing? Through those 5 minutes. All right, that's the end of the round. You see the cut on his lip, ladies and gentlemen, is only getting worse. Likely going to need to get stitched up after the fact, and blood in and around the mouth area could upset his breathing pattern. Not a good reality for him here tonight. All right, so there's the end of the round. He stayed committed to doing damage upstairs and landed a seminal blow in that round.
It was accumulation of those strikes. He kept hitting him over and over to the head. Eventually, he found the one that really did damage his opponent.
All right, next round is now underway. Previous round, not necessarily a tough act to follow. Pretty good, not good.
Pretty good round, but not the best round. Sometimes that's what you get when you have fighters that are so evenly matched. Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. Good stick.
Missed with that right hand.
Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks.
Tags him with a flush left.
Look at the turnover in that kick.
Oh, big left hand there. And follows up with another one. All right, single collar tie now. Nurmagomedov gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line. Timing his shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active. Nice body kick right under the elbow. Beautiful kick. Oh! He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, he might be out.
Oh, he just hurt him.
Back to the feet.
Do something.
As he gets close, he's out of a beautiful level change. He's gonna take it.
Able to get back to his feet yet again. Oh, but not a good look for the judges here. Look how wobbly he is.
Good punch land. Beautiful body kick land right under the elbow.
And that one certainly found the target. 3 minutes now to go to decide this one. He's rocked.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad.
Visibly limping here. Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
straight right.
Oh, man, head kick land.
Oh, big left hook there. Knee to the body.
Look at him yank the head and land that beautiful punch from the clinch.
Timing his shots nicely here, champ.
He's doing a great job of mixing everything up and using a lot of diverse strikes. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Single collar tie now. Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He's landed that punch over and over again. What's he gonna do to follow up? Right hand punch from the clinch.
He's looking for that left hand. Not there. Nice jab by him there. He's going nose hunting tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's great with the jab. And not only as a setup.
Now he's masterful from here.
Oh, he went to a single, switch to a high punch. He flips him over the top. What a huge takedown.
I mean, do I survive that, or am I read my last rounds?
Absolutely not. You don't survive that. It's over. It's over, John. Nice looping punch. Nice leg kick.
A little single collar tie there.
I mean,
oh, big knee!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish.
That'll do it! I'm not sure if that's the way he drew it up, but a huge result for him here tonight as he gets the win by way of knockout. And that's about as good a one-strike finish as we've seen here in the UFC in recent memory. I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, so a big, big win for him here tonight. Let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 5 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
All right, so we hear and still tonight, our UFC heavyweight champion came in with a lot of pressure, a lot of height, and he successfully defends the title here tonight.
With all that pressure, he never changes his approach. He always does exactly what he says he's going to do, and he remains the champion